Okay, this video is going to explain how to export from Adobe After Effects to a Flash file, a SWIFT file. So we have a very exciting animation here set up for ourselves. So we've got this just as a web banner preset layouts. We have basically just AI to SWF set up for ourselves. And we've got it a few seconds here to play out. And what we want to have happen to is we want to basically just export this to a SWIFT, to a SWF file. So I'm using After Effects 5.5 version. So if you've got a version below this, a little bit older than what we have here, then you could possibly be going to get the, you're going to basically get the same options for ourselves, but you're going to go to a different place. You can actually go to a Make a Movie and select the SWIFT option. It may or may not come directly under your export setting here for Adobe SWIFT. The later versions of After Effects have these three options just kind of set up for ourselves very quickly to export directly out to. So we're going to select Adobe Flash Player here, a SWIFT player. So that's going to export our animation that we have. One thing to keep in mind when you do select your export option, we'll just save it to our desktop here as a AE2 SWIFT file. And when we come up to our settings, we essentially have a couple of options. The first thing that comes up here is deciding how we want to handle the unsupported features. Everything that you do inside of After Effects will not necessarily export to Flash. So you have to keep in mind if you're doing something that is not acceptable, that Flash does not take, then what it will do, if it's an unsupported feature, it's going to rasterize those features. So if you have those features set in play, certain effects that you have, then you're determining how that rasterization is going to take place. So you can set it on high, or you could just choose to ignore those features. We're going to click to rasterize features, and if we had any audio, we would export that audio directly here. And down at the bottom, one important thing to have here is you could set it up to loop continuously, so your Flash movie will just play as a loop. And then other options here, as in web links or flatten your Illustrator artwork, you have those selections that can be made directly here. Once you've finished with that, click OK. It will generate the file for you. And it's a very small file, so it's not going to take too long. And what it will give you is JavaScript file, the SWIFT file, and it will also hand you the HTML. So just like as you were publishing it from Flash, you would get those as a SWIFT file, you would get those same three file types in play to handle. So once that is finished, it will send it to my desktop, and I will find where it is here. And essentially, I would have those files in play for myself: the HTML, JavaScript, and the SWIFT file. So then you can just open up your HTML file, and it tells you what the file name is here, composition. It plays the movie here, and it shows you what options that you had selected here. So you can take that and handle it inside of a Adobe project file.